So today we will discuss about Streptococcus. Earlier I have discussed about the Staphylococcus. So let us start our lecture. After going through this video lecture, you should be able to classify the Streptococci, describe antigenic structure, toxins, enzymes and pathogenicity of Streptococcus pyogenes, and can understand the non-suppurative complications and laboratory diagnosis and Staphylococcus infections. So, Streptococcus. So, Streptococci are gram-positive cocci. Number one, gram-positive cocci. That grows in pairs or chains. While you have seen earlier in Staphylococci, they grow in a bunch of grapes. They are in spherical shape. But these Streptococci grow in pairs or in chains. Here, streptos meaning twisted or coiled. It may be twisted. Like this. They are the part of our normal flora. They inhabited various sites, notably the upper respiratory tract, and live harmlessly as commensals. Means they produce no infection or no complication in our body. Some of them are important human pathogens causing pyogenic infections. So this is important for us, and we are going to study the cocci which produce disease. The most important them is Streptococcus pyogenes. Streptococcus pyogenes. It is a group of Streptococcus, and out of that, it is one of them. And this is the most infectious cocci. They are typically localized. The infection is typically localized. It is not spreading here and there, but it is localized. In addition, it is responsible for the non-suppurative lesions, acute rheumatic fever, and glomerulonephritis. Rheumatic fever and glomerulonephritis. These are the two diseases which are caused by Streptococcus pyogenes. So now we will go for classification of this Streptococcus. Classification. Streptococci are first divided into aerobic and facultative anaerobes. Aerobic and facultative anaerobes. And obligate anaerobe. So it is divided into two: aerobic facultative anaerobes and obligate anaerobes. Obligate anaerobe are designated as peptostreptococci. Peptostreptococci. Three different schemes are used to classify the organism. Number one is hemolytic pattern. And second is serological pattern. Okay. So hemolytic, according to hemolytic pattern, it is of three types. One is alpha hemolytic streptococci, beta hemolytic streptococci, and third one is gamma hemolytic cocci. So alpha hemolytic streptococci produce a greenish discoloration around the colonies on blood agar. When we culture in some agar or blood agar, so they produce a greenish discoloration around the colonies, and it is due to the partial hemolysis. Alpha में मतलब partial hemolysis. Okay. And beta hemolytic streptococci, they produce sharply defined and clear colorless zone, complete hemolysis. इसमें complete hemolysis. And while in gamma they produce no hemolysis. Again, our streptococci is divided into alpha, beta and gamma. In gamma there is a partial hemolysis occur, and beta complete hemolysis will occur, and in gamma there is no hemolysis will occur in streptococci. Now the serological properties. Lansified group or classify the streptococci into based of a nature of specific carbohydrate C antigen. Carbohydrate C antigen. That is found on the wall of cell, and these beta hemolytic streptococci are again divided into 21 serological groups from A to W, and in A to W there is no I and J. These are known as Lansified groups. Group A, B, C, D and G. A, B, C, D and G are most commonly found associated with human infections. Okay, these are the groups which are found and associated with human infection. And next is Griffith typing. In Griffith typing, hemolytic streptococci of group A are known as Streptococcus pyogenes. these are further subdivided into types based on the protein that is known as MTR. MTR, these are the proteins which are found in Streptococci gall, and it is known as Griffith typing. Now come to streptopyogens. This is all about the Streptococcus in general, and now the Streptococcus pyogenes, the morphology. Morphology of Streptopyogenes. First of all, these are the gram positive. These are the gram positive, spherical or oval. Organism, and the diameter of that 0.5 to 1, 0.5 to 1 micromillimeter. The organism grows in short or moderately long chains, the chain length being dependent on the strain and culture medium. Chain formation is due to the successive cell divisions occurring in one plane only, and the daughter cell failing to separate completely. Chains are longer or shorter according to media. They are longer in liquid media and shorter in solid media. So, Streptococci are non-motile, non-scoring, some strains of Staphylococcus pyogenes and some group C strains produce a capsule of hyaluronic acid, while polysaccharide capsules are encountered in members of group B and D, which may be demonstrated in very young cultures. Now, habitat. Habitat means ये कहाँ पाया जाता है ना? It is found especially in throat and skin, and 5 to 15% throat and skin, and 5 to 15% of normal individuals harbor this Streptococci pyogenes in respiratory tract without any sign and symptoms. Means 5 से 15% लोग जो हम नॉर्मल इंडिविजुअल्स हैं उनके लिए रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट में पाया जाता है. Now we see the cultural characteristics. Cultural characteristics मीन्स जब इसे मीडिया कल्चर पेड़ पर लगाते हैं तो ये हमें कैसे दिखाई देगा, है ना? दे आर एरोबिक एंड फैकल्टेटिव एरियोब्स एज वी नो, ग्रोइंग बेस्ट एट ए टेम्परेचर ऑफ 30 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. ओके, द ऑप्टिमम pH फॉर ग्रोथ इज 74. pH इज 7.4 to 7.6. These are most exacting in nature requirements. So growth occurring only in media containing fermentable carbohydrate or enriched with blood or serum, while Streptococci can be grown in an ordinary medium. So this is the difference between Staphylococci and Streptococci. So there are so many different media are used for growth of Streptococci. One is blood agar, second is crystal violet blood agar and PNF medium, and next is liquid media. So these are the media in which we try to culture or isolate this Streptococci. And this is enough for you, because in homeopathy we are not supposed to be a pathologist. So we can understand where we grow or from where we isolate these organisms. And now come to biochemical reactions. Biochemical reactions. Streptococcus pyogenes is catalase negative. Number one, it is catalase negative, while Staphylococci are catalase positive. This is the difference. These Streptococcus are negative and Staphylococcus are positive catalase. They are insoluble in 10% bile, unlike Streptococcus pneumoniae, that we will study further. It ferments several sugars, producing acid. Fermentation में acid produce करेगा, लेकिन no gas होगी. It will ferment it and produce acid, and there will be no gas. Hydrolysis of pyridinol naphthalamide, that is also known as PYR test. PYR test. Hydrolysis of pyrrolinodyl naphthalamide, that is PYR test, is positive, and failure to ferment ribose, and this is helpful in distinguishing the Streptococcus pyogenes from other Staphylococci. There are so many Staphylococci, so this test is useful to differentiate between all. Then remember, this is the PYR test. Okay. Now come to next antigenic structure. In which we study the cell wall of Streptococci, pyogenes, and that cell is consist of, number one, inner layer of peptidoglycan, the inner layer. Okay, peptidoglycan, and middle layer is group specific middle layer, group specific carbohydrates, okay, that we will discuss in afterward. And outer layer is protein and outer layer protein and lipoproteins, proteins and lipoteichoic acid. And containing protein antigens MTR. Outer layer consists of protein and lipoteichoic acid, and there are some antigens that are known as MTR. And in some streptococci you will find the capsule, which is composed of hyaluronic acid. Capsule is made up of hyaluronic acid. And the capsule, on the capsule covering, you will find the villi, which covered with lipoteichoic acid. And you will see in your book, cell, okay, you will see there are so many layers. I am very poor in drawing picture. These are the inner layer, and second is middle layer, and third one is outer layer, and this is the capsule, okay, from which the villi will निकल गई. The inner layer that is made up of peptidoglycan is mucoprotein, and it is responsible for the cell rigidity. It also has biological properties such as pyrogenic and thrombolytic activities. While the middle layer is contained of group specific carbohydrate antigen, and the infection may appear following the appearance of antibodies to group specific antigen. And the outer layer, there are several specific proteins antigen have been identified in the outer layer that are MTR. M protein is most important of all surface protein associated with brilliant streptococci. It acts brilliance factor by inhibiting phagocytosis, okay, while the and antigenic and specific antibody develops after the infection, which enhances the phagocytosis. And this M protein is resistant to heat and acid, but susceptible to trypsin. On the basis of M protein group A, about 80 serotypes have been recognized. And the T protein is resistant to trypsin and pepsin, and it is heat stable, presented in many serotypes of Streptococcus pyogenes. This has no relation with virulence. And while R protein, some strains of Streptococcus pyogenes 1, 3, 28 and 48, and some strains of groups B, C and G contain this R protein. they participate in agglutination reaction, and they also has no relation with virulence. So this is all about the cell wall. Now we will discuss about the capsule. The outermost layer is known as capsule, which is composed of hyaluronic acid, and it is usually present in one group, A and C streptococci. When present, it inhibits the phagocytosis like other bacterial capsules. The villi consists of M protein and covered with lipoteichoic acid, which helps in attachment of streptococci to host cell surface. And by this villi, the virulence is increased. Now, toxins and enzymes. Toxin and enzymes which are produced by streptococcal pyrogens produces several endotoxins and enzymes which contribute in virulence. Toxins, hemolysin, this is one, and in which we will see streptococcal lysine O and streptolysin S. These are the two hemolysins. Streptococci produce two types of toxins, streptolysin O and streptolysin S. They are responsible for the clear zone of B hemolysis around the colonies and blood agar and media. While the streptolysin O is so called because it is oxygen liable strepto or hemolysin. It is inactivated in the presence of oxygen, and it is heat liable protein, cytotoxic, and capsule of live erythrocytes, leukocytes, platelets, and cultural cells. And it is very important, and we have seen that doctors are advised to ASO test. So streptolysin O is strongly antigenic, and anti-streptolysin antibodies appear in sera following the streptococci infection. And ASO titer is excess of 200 torr units per ml is considered significant and suggests either recent or recurrent infection with streptococci. While the streptolysin S is oxygen stable, O is level, and it is stable hemolysis, is responsible for the hemolysis around colonies on aerobic blood culture. It is prominent but non-antigenic, which may be due to its size, a small size. It is cell-bound hemolysin that can lyse erythrocyte, leukocytes, and platelets. And next, hemolysin, and next is pyrogenic exotoxins. Pyrogenic exotoxins. and they are also known as erythrogenic or scarlatinal toxin. Okay, scarlatinal or enzymes. There are few enzymes are produced by this streptococci. One is deoxyribonuclease, This enzyme is capable of depolymerizing in highly viscous DNA, which accumulates in thick pus as a result of disintegration of polymorphonuclear leukocytes. And second is streptokinase. And streptokinase is also known as fibrinolysin. This acts on plasminogen, a factor present in normal plasma, which is converted into plasmin, an active proteolytic enzyme that lyses fibrin and